Okay, folks, we're coming in to Tom Wolfe's little office in here. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing fine.
How you doing, Mr. Eddie Mitchell?
I'm doing great. Hope you are.
I'm doing awesome, my man. What are y'all up here doing this week?
Well, we're just carving up here in this beautiful sunshiny weather, and it's just nice.
been a good.
Ain't been raining but 4 days in a row.
Good week for ducks, huh?
Yeah, right.
All right. This is a class that Tom puts on annually up here at Grandfather Mtn, North Carolina. So he has different CCA members from time to time, and he's had Mitch Cartledge. I will get to Mitch in just a minute. I was kind of in here peering over the shoulder of Eddie, and I believe he's working on a Santa Claus that you did with Mitch. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. This is a Santa Claus, one of the new rough outs that Mitch has this year, and what attracted me was how Mitch has got the beard. It's unusual, and
yes, sir.
It's different than any of the other ones I've seen at different shows. Mitch is a unique carver, no doubt.
All right, and if you don't mind, let's kind of get in on this guy just a little bit. I hope this camera will pick up some of that swirly beard flow. And I heard you say earlier this was your first Santa carving?
Yes, sir. My first Santa Claus ever. And with Mitch's instructions, I think it turned out pretty well for me to be a fairly new carver. Mitch done a great job keeping us going in the right direction. Sure did.
Good deal. Well, what we're going to do, folks, is in the information box below the video here, I will put contact information for Tom and also Mitch Cartledge. We'll have their phone number, email address, and quickly, kind of while we're in here watching over Tom, before I get to that, first of all, what else did you guys carve? What did you carve in Tom? Tom does 2.5 days, and Mitch carves for 2.5 days. So we see the rough out over there. What is it, Tom? And would you mind explaining that?
Pack mule. The old pack mule's got a jug of water or whiskey.
Hey, there we go.
Probably whiskey.
There we go.
Here's the water over here. That's a chaser.
Chaser. All important for those long trips.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, Tom. And this is a rough out that you are. Okay. So there he is, folks. You can come up here and take either a rough out. I will get eventually over here to some of the cutouts. We've got dogs, bears. What else have you taught this week, Tom? You did the
basically just this year, but now
right.
This is what I do in a class. Sometimes I turn the bottom and then carve the top into a Santa Claus, and it's an ornament for the Christmas tree.
Right. So you do one-on-ones up
there? I do, yeah, periodically, and it's just a matter of working it out with whoever wants to come whenever they want to come here to the Grandfather. They're going to be in the area, they could work it out to where they can get a day with me or 2 days or whatever.
Okay, what is your home phone number?
It's 828-766-2671.
All right, and Tom can be reached after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
All right, and I will also post Tom's cell phone and email address in the information box below the video, so this way you can call Tom to either set up a class, maybe have him come to your neck of the woods and teach a class, or just call him up and give him a hard time like I do.
Yeah, everybody else does.
All right, fellas, thank you for letting us talk. And before I leave, this carving blew me away. Now, Mr. Eddie, since you are the owner of this carving, sir, would you please pick that up? I'm afraid to get over there a little bit close to it. Now, folks, this is one nice dragon. We were discussing it earlier. It's not too serious. He's just that. To me, that's art.
Well, correct you. It's not a dragon. It's a wyvern dragon.
It is a what?
Wyvern.
Okay,
Don't
please
ask me to spell it.
educate me. Educate me. What kind of dragon is it?
A wyvern dragon's got 2 legs and 2 wings.
Okay.
And a regular dragon, 4 legs and 2 wings.
Ah, that's where that stuff in that jug comes from, folks. All right, that's why we got the water for the chaser.
Tom,
Now,
what type of wood is this?
It's butternut walnut.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and
And
Tom.
the bottom here is turned. In fact, I turned this whole pedestal first, and then carved the dragon and fitted it up and carved this part of the pedestal out to make it look like it was, changing slowly into a carved thing from a turned thing.
I'd say you made an excellent transition, Tom.
Well, the contrast that I really like, even in these little things here, the contrast with the turned part and the carved part is what I like.
Right. That is a stunning piece. And
When I saw it, what really attracted me was the detail that Tom's known for.
yes, sir.
And the imagination with a mythical animal such as a dragon, or the imagination it takes to just think about it is amazing. And to take your hands and hand carve something like this is just amazing to me.
I totally agree.
I was attracted to it when I first saw it, and there's only one Tom Wolfe.
Amen.
And you can tell Tom's carvings. I know when I walk into a show, I can walk around the show and I can spot Tom's work from a mile away.
Ditto. Yeah. To me, it's Tom's my carving hero. So I understand you are the proud owner of this piece now. Is that correct?
I am.
All
Lucky
right.
me.
Lucky you. Where's it going to be sitting at?
It's going to be in my living room.
There we go. All right. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Let me try to get in here just a little bit on this guy. And a little bit of a profile, if you would, sir. There you go. That is great. And thanks for the education as always, Tom.
All right.
That's the thing about coming up here to this class, folks. It's not only dealing with, tools and wood, and we're just carving a dragon. You learn out the specific history, the reasons, what types.
And it's from beginners to professional. You can be a beginner. My first class of carving, just trying it, was with Tom, and I felt comfortable the very first hour I was here, and I felt like I fit in every class I've had so far with Tom, and he can take it to your level regardless of what your competency is as a carver. You can be a new carver. Tom, he's been doing it a long time.
I like a beginner because they haven't been spoiled.
They don't have any bad habits, right?
They ain't bad habits, they haven't been spoiled.
Right. All right.
And my dad used to tell me about the different designs and everything when I was a boy. He said, Tom said, you got more notions than dogs got fleas.
As Tom, as always, you'll notice he's wearing his case shirt there. He's always usually got a case hat or a case shirt. Speaking a little bit about case knives, after you do this class, now this is in August every year, so you will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the carving show. That is in February, about the middle of February.
Yeah.
All right, so you will have all your carvings there. So, folks, we invite you to come on down, and I will put a link in the box below. After you do Charlotte, where are you going from there, Tom? Didn't we say Brasstown?
Brasstown.
Okay.
And then now next year I do a thing for the case pocket knife people we was talking about every other year.
And this is the Case Collectors Club,
yeah,
correct?
W.R. Case and Son. They have it there at the factory in Bradford, Pennsylvania. And that'll be next year. They have it every other year.
Yes, sir.
And one year I'll go to it, and then the next year I do the Southern Highland Gill Show. And I do it in July and October.
Okay, and on the case deal, don't you do just a limited amount of pieces for the collectors up there?
sometimes I do a special thing that they auction it off. Like last year I did a Kodiak bear carved on a moose antler, and then they mounted a Kodiak knife that they sell with it,
Right.
and then auction it off to the collectors there at the Collectors Day.
Okay.
It's fun.
Good
You've
deal.
never seen a knife made. People ought to go there just to see how a good handmade knife is made.
I agree.
Made in the USA.
Yeah.
Amen. There we go.
And Tom, at the Charlotte show, you'll have some of your work there for sale, right? So
Yeah.
if there's any collectors out there, or you want an original piece by Tom Wolfe, that's a good show. That'll be a nice collection. I've attended, and
Couldn't agree more.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So.
It's a good time to catch me when I've got a good bit of carvings, because, you know, it's just right after winter, which I haven't had time to sell them, so I've got a lot of them that's not going to be there in a month or so.
Yeah, I can personally attest. You know, going to that Charlotte show, you do see a pile of carvings, and you know, it's astounding that one man can do all this work. That's what just totally, you know, blows my mind.
And I was listening to somebody, one of the visitors that were in here this week. He had a picture of one of his personal animals, which I think he was talking about a dog, and Tom did a replica of a Tom Wolfe of the man's animal, which I thought was really cool.
Right.
And I guess when my wife sees this, Tom's going to be doing some poodles. But anyway,
That's probably one of my biggest pieces that people order, you know, to have specially done. They send me pictures of their dogs, and I do them.
I can also attest with being around Tom that I have seen folks actually come in with either their dog or multiple pictures of their dog or multiple dogs,
Yeah.
and want them carved, and I have seen the results, and folks, they are stunning. So if you got a little pet out there that you want carved, Tom's the man.
I did in one of my pattern books. I've got what I call a collie rotter. He's half collie and half Rottweiler, and he'll bite your leg off and then go for help.
See, so you know, you come up here. You know, work's been a drag. The boss has been worse than a drag. You come up here and you start carving, and then Tom starts popping off some of these jokes, and next thing you know, it's time to pack up and leave. So I highly advise everyone to get up here and see Tom wherever he's going to be at. You will not...
And also, if you're in the Boone, Asheville area, Tom's only a hop, skip, and a jump away. Come up to Grandfather Mountain and walk around in his store, which I'm sure you're going to see some of his carvings today, but if you're this close, don't miss the opportunity. You'll be glad you did.
There you go. Appreciate it,
Thank
folks. Thank you. All right, folks, we're just coming here, looking at some of the little figures that Tom has carved off and on. These are all totally new pieces to me, and if you looked on my channel before, you may recognize some of the pieces, and I guarantee you some of the pieces you'll see brand new. Tom does the turning and the carvings. I was looking here, and Tom has the DVDs. Now, Tom, let me ask you about these DVDs. Do folks just order directly from you?
They can, yeah.
Okay. And so we got anything from pen-knife carving, carving with your pocket knife. You got carving wood spirits. We got Santa and Friends. And we got the carving bears and bunnies. So you can also contact Tom for the cutouts. And this is some really good, clear, white northern basswood. So there's the cutout. So you can get a cutout and the video to go with it. This is another one, carving desperados. Those were a little bust. And and there's another one.
Actually, I'm out of some of them. I've got 6 different ones, plus one on painting, which I paint with oil paints. And it's a little bit different twist than painting with acrylics.
Right. And speaking of the painting technique, I noticed one over here. Mitch and I were talking about it. There was a lady. I know where she's at, Tom. Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to get you all dizzy by turning you around real quick. Just coming up. Now, this is also Mitchell Cartledge's work. And hey, Mitch.
Hey, Alan, or anybody else is listening.
There we go. But we will definitely put Mitch's contact information up here. But here's some of the rough outs. These are the rough outs that the completed carvings from a rough out that Mitch has taught. You'll see the rough out there beside that one. It's painted. And as we come on over, got the guy in the ball cap.
Yeah, and there's a couple other examples behind it. It's the same.
There we go.
Same pattern.
Alright, now speaking of same and different and the painting technique, me and Paige were looking at this cowgirl.
Right.
And I don't know, but this was a hillbilly?
Yep, this rough out made this hillbilly, and also Tom carved this cowgirl from that same pattern.
That's amazing. But if we can see here, that is the paint that Tom was talking about. He uses oil paints, and Mitch, I believe, uses acrylics.
That's correct.
As do I. But Tom is just he's a master with that stuff. So, but it's neat to know that you can go from this rough out, which is a hillbilly, and see what creative minds can do with it.
Yeah, there's in the back that Confederate soldier also came from that pattern, and that Santa Claus.
Got a lot of Santa lovers out there.
I caught it. The one that counted.
Nothing broke, folks. Good. That never happens.
Just a rough out. Didn't break, it just fell.
So there we got the Santa, Civil War soldier, however you want him painted, up to you, and the hillbilly, or as we prefer, Appalachian American. Alright, moving right down, we got the little dock here that Mitch has carved, and he's got a little rough out for that. Yeah, there it is.
That was the one that fell.
There we go. And Mitch will be, if you've watched my videos before, you may have noticed Mitch in the Lebanon, the Renegade Roundup down there in Lebanon, Tennessee. When will you be there again?
March. In third weekend of March, 2014.
Okay, so I will put a information box and a link below to everybody to direct them to Steve Brown, I'm assuming. So they'll.
That's correct.
All right.
And he also has a fall version that I will not attend, but there's some other good carvers there. It'll be 5 carvers, and it's caricature carving. So it'll be 5 different instructors.
Good deal. So this is just 2.5 days here with each carver, but there it's 1 day with each carver.
Correct. 5 days, 5 instructors, 1 day with each instructor.
Good deal. All right, I'm going to talk to the instructors.
Let me interrupt you first.
Sure.
Come back over here. I want to see if you recognize this guy, Dennis.
Hey, what have you got there, Tom?
He's kind of familiar looking. I don't know who he is, but he dances good.
Dancing like a fool.
And he's also been dancing around Congress for a good while.
Hey! All right.
I had to get that in.
Does that mean the NSA is watching us now?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Probably not. They let us dumb rednecks alone.
It's a great carving. Great carving, Tom. And could you explain how that works a little bit? This is
It's
kind of
just
an old
gravity, you know.
right?
And I did it the first one. I thought, well, try to get him to dance, you know. And I thought, well, I'd put a spring up there, but it didn't work too good. And I got to thinking, well, you know, just a pump handle's all you need.
Right.
You just lift it up and let him drop. But those are real fun to do. Because you got to kind of tune them as you go, you know, and get the sizing right and everything to get him to dance. And even on the bottom, I holler it out and it gives it a little bit more noise.
Hey, just be like John Lee Hooker up there.
Hey!
All right. Good deal. Thanks for showing us that.
Yeah.
That is great. But that's what you get, folks, when you come up here. You just get your mind blown by all the different ideas that folks can come up with. Like I said, just zooming in here, this is some of the golf balls.
I call them golf demons.
Golf demons.
Yeah, they make your golf ball go in the water. That's the ones that are responsible for that.
I think I've played with a few of those. That's certainly.
I know them are because they come out of the water.
And here again, here's one of Tom's dogs. Several of his caricatures.
The Vikings.
Can't go wrong. And this was in the video once before, and it's still continuing to work.
It's not quite dry yet.
Right, and there was a big check there, but it's almost closing up, so that's neat, Tom. Thank you, sir.
So much you can do with that.
Alright, folks, I'm just in here in the shop, kind of panning around, picking on the students, and running into Mr. Maurice Van Hook. Where are you from, sir?
Well, I'm from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Hey, know that neck of the part of the woods. So how did you enjoy your class?
Oh my, it was great. 5 days of carving, 2.5 with Tom Wolfe, Caricature Carvers of America, and 2.5 with Mitch Cartledge.
Being up here on top of Grandfather, can't hardly beat that, huh?
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
Had great fellowship with the other carvers, and just a good time to relax and learn some new tricks of the trade, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
And meet some new people.
And
Great
this
experience.
is, I've seen you up here, this is what, second or third time you've been up here?
No, this is actually the first time.
First?
Yes,
Okay.
I've
Okay.
carved with Tom and Mitch before,
Okay.
and I had a good experience then, so I came back to learn something else.
Good deal. We appreciate you talking with us.
Good to be here.
Mr. Earl, how are you doing, sir?
Doing fine.
Now, how far did you travel to come down here with Tom?
Took me almost 4 hours and a half.
Right?
I can, from my home, I can come all the way to the gate of Grandfather Mountain on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh, that's a nice drive. There you go. And now, Mr. Earl, you've been coming to these classes, I believe I heard your wife saying, for about, what, 20, 25 years?
20 or 21 years.
Right.
I kind of lost a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's been about that.
21.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, sir. Good to have you back.
I've enjoyed every minute of all of it. I'm thinking about giving him a passing grade this year.
Does he get to make the B plus finally?
Oh, yeah. I'm behind you.
There we go. Nah, we just kidding. It's always a pleasure, Mr. Earl. Good to see you, sir.
I certainly enjoy it.
Good deal.